Yeah, definitely, and both of them very, very good as well on the speedrun side. It's a bit different, but both of these styles help to see the board. As we see already, DM here is starting, and Betty is just behind.
And they're playing on two different speeds. We haven't talked about the speeds yet. You can play on whatever speed that you want in this tournament. I would not recommend that you play on low, but both medium and high have their devotees, and people have won the tournaments with both.
Yeah, definitely. It's so far we haven't seen a trend for one or the other. Really, both of them are pretty usable. Of course, you're gonna have players that prefer just going for one of these speeds, and yeah, that's just a preference of what you feel comfortable with.
hmm Both players just doing great work on this level 6. You can see that they're very evenly matched. I think DM Hero's board and RMG have been much kinder to him than to Betty. Notice that her column 1 is locked up a little bit, and that's sort of been the case throughout the whole game. Nice combo though, raining down on columns 6 and 7.
Yeah, and there goes the DM Hero with a very nice T on that very tight space. How he managed to see all that happening, I have no clue. Perhaps once again, all of that versus helps for that. He's going to be out at the 118, but Bailey's right behind with a 116. Wow.
Yes, and she prioritized the end of that really, really nicely. Her end game has been a point of weakness in the past, but that was beautiful. She didn't leave herself locked up, and she even had a nice swag fat log there with that was all garbage, but pretty great.
I mean, that was a very, very nice end game there by Betty. And I mean, all of these setups that she's coming up with, it's basically versus bot just turned up to 11 at this point. And boy, that's helping her so far.
Right. And DM Hero also doing very well down the center here. It looks like he's getting a little bit of a red blitz, which is very helpful to him. Just enough of a length. So often, red double reds will fall over and over and over again in succession. And sometimes you only have to wait a little bit for it to stop, and sometimes you're begging for it to stop. But he got just the right length there.
It's not a usual sight to see their things well stopping at the exact point, but hey, sometimes it happens. It seems like it's possible in this game that is a thing.
I think that Hero wasn't necessarily seeing the capacity to take out those blues horizontally as he was
Yep.
working on that combo. Wow, amazing combo from Betty there. Look at this. She really wants, yeah, this double blue is going to be perfect for her. DM Hero's out at a 250, but the timer still favors Betty out at a 247.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing both of these players just torch through these levels, and I mean, it seems like it goes on the side of the M hero, but Betty is like, hold my controller a second.
Right. But I mean, look at DM Hero's board right now. Look at all this blue. He is just going to really have to manage that. He has a nice T there, but it leaves a lot of garbage. Still, if he's really just looking for blue, he's going to use all this garbage that he can to prioritize blue pill.
Yeah, and fortunately, he's finding some more non-blue stuff below whatever he's clearing. But yeah, it's he's running out of this stuff. In the meantime, Betty had there a setup, but unfortunately, it wasn't the right color to crack it, and she didn't want for any garbage to be left. Unfortunately, gets double red and takes the cross there very nicely.
Yeah, Betty's board looks really great for an endgame. Look at this combo, vertical into horizontal. She's got a lot of horizontal opportunities, and now this garbage isn't in her way for the blue in column 7. Not sure what she's going to do with the possibility for maybe a higher up fat log, but looks like she's setting up for it.
Oh,
Oh,
very nice.
yeah. This is some lights out play from Betty. This is outstanding. She's out at a 418. Um, And with a very, very good 9, this could be something super magical for her.
Oh, definitely, and I mean, she's bring wow, this playing. It's brilliant. She's setting up for things and actually going for them, and it's been working so far. So there you go. Sometimes waiting for the pills, it is what you have to do. And DM Hero cannot get out of level 8 because there's no blue on site. But hopefully he will make it, and he's out at about 502. That gave Betty some time to play around with level 9.
Yeah, and she had a nice tuck play, and you can see that even she's like a little bit surprised that these setups, the garbage that's falling is falling very favorably, and you can see maybe she's like, "Oh, that's happening. That's great." But yeah, this is just really amazing play. And but DM Hero already tearing through this board. It's so much better than his level 8 in terms of the setup that he's working with.
Yeah, now it's Betty the one that is facing the blue viruses that have no blue pills to go with them. But she's still setting up some very nice plays there. That horizontal realizes that that is happening, and yeah, she's just been using well whatever the board gives her. Or I would like to hope that rather than that, she's the one that's making things happen. And boy, she has the setup for that blue if she wants it.
And the thing is, DM Hero has been
Oh.
racing through this level, but a 606
Oh,
for Betty. Oh
wow.
my
Oh.
goodness.
Yeah, oh
Wow.
boy, she even
She's
just
yeah, she's
took
getting out
down
of her
her
chair for that
setup.
one. That is
Wow.
just outside of our hottest times. Um, our 18th hottest time, actually set by DM Hero, is a 605. So this is in the stratosphere of good times, and yeah, you can see Betty's. I don't know what's
Oh,
going on in her
oh,
house
she's
right now, but
gone. At this
she's
point,
gone.
she's won the tournament for all for all she cares really at this point. That was wow. So good. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she knocked her camera
So
over. Like, what are you gonna do? Now, the thing is, you gotta make sure that your adrenaline doesn't cause you to misflip, doesn't cause you to over input things. But you can see, I mean, DM Hero is just like, okay, well, she got a 607.
yeah, you can't
What
do
are you gonna do?
anything there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens, and boy, very nice there, Betty. That's all I'm gonna say. That was brilliant.
Ugh. I really I can't believe we possibly have two more games of this. I kind of just want to hang up my headset and go into a quiet room because I'm just so crazy. All right, we've got our countdown. Three, two, one, pills. All right, hero. Let's see this decider.
Okay, two quite varied boards at the beginning. So, yeah, it's so far at least very even. DM Hero running out of red at this point, but he's going to be using it to set up some other stuff. It seems. However, in the bottom of the board, he has a lot of doubles that, with the right setups, he can take out pretty quickly.
Yeah, Betty needs a lot of red. That's what she's working with at the moment. And it looks like she's got some horizontal setups for this red, but it's not really coming here. Now this is going to be really helpful. But again, it's locked up with that blue in column 1, so this is just a little bit tricky. Nice horizontal there from Betty to drop some stuff, but that left-hand side is going to be really locked up.
Yeah, definitely. It's difficult working with all of this when you don't have the right pills to continue opening up stuff. In the meantime, the M Hero has managed to bring this only to two viruses, and both of them are yellow and together, so he can take this out very quickly. He's going to be out at the 120, and yeah, now it's the M Hero who is leading in this game number two.
Yeah, and he's off to a good start with a nice quick combo there. Doesn't have a lot of use for anything other than blue and red, but making it work with that garbage. Meanwhile, Betty, her left-hand side is still really locked up here. She'd love to be able to set up a combo that would enable her to take out those reds horizontally in the bottom, but I'm not sure it's going to happen. She does get have the possibility to take out that yellow horizontally or vertically. She takes it horizontally, but she's going to be doing some digging.
Oh yeah, it's going to be just that blue. She has a horizontal setup. You can see how she's going for, a couple steps
Oh,
ahead.
yes, I see. Okay.
Yeah, and
I
there you
think
go.
Yes, she's praying a little bit to RNGesus. I don't know if she necessarily saw that coming, but it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, unfortunately, there she drops down the setup for the horizontal on the left side. She's going to bring it down, and that's going to be usable again. It's going to leave a bit of garbage there, which she's going to take a quick work of it. She's making nice decisions there, in spite of having some trouble there at the start.
Yeah, but DM Hero, look at this, unstoppable in this level. He's actually going to prioritize so that he doesn't take a lot of drop time. He might have wanted to shift that over based on his body language, but he's out at a 256. So really nice job through the first half of this run. He's killing it.
Yeah, definitely. This is what you want to do after that game number one by your opponent. You want to show that it's not over until you win game number two, or else you have to go all the way to three. And that's exactly what DM here is doing so far.
Yeah, he's throwing it down. Um, so he is already 27 viruses away from clearing 8. Meanwhile, Betty's still 10 away from clearing 7. So um, she does have that drop down. That garbage, yellow garbage fell interestingly in column 7. So now she's cleared everything out and ready to take out that blue horizontally in the bottom.
And at this point, just trying to get enough reds. It's just a waiting game. Hopefully, she's not going to be there for too long. Okay, uses that double very nicely to quickly clear that right side with no drop time, and goes for the chuck, and that clear there. She's going to be at around the 4 minute mark, which definitely she's not pleased with, as you can see.
Right, and DM Hero has already got more than a 20 virus lead. He's in single digits now. Betty's got really nice combos, and one thing that's really impressive there is actually all she's got textbook. At the end of that level, that was just textbook prioritization and like eliminating drop time. That was really fantastic. But she is really behind the 8 ball, and unless RNG treats DM Hero very very badly with these reds, I shouldn't jinx it, but he's doing so well.
Yeah, definitely. And you were saying there about the textbook ending. I actually would have taken just the little bit of drop time, but no, Betty was not having that. And in spite of it being a bit riskier, she still managed to get the talk. So yeah, you sometimes have to do that, and more so when you're behind at the moment.
Oh my gosh, I think I ruined DM Hero. Look, I think I commentators
Oh.
cursed him. Look at there's no red.
Yeah, he
Come
has no
on.
red and he's getting drowned so far. But yeah, he has to start perhaps taking some of those pills away because otherwise this could get risky, and we don't want to see any mishaps.
Yes, I mean, we have seen top outs in bracket play. Uh, it's definitely not something you want to have happen because you do have to start over from the beginning of the level. I think we have seen top outs happen, and the person who topped out has even won. But DM Hero out of the woods now, into level 9 at about a 540.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Betty trying to open up that bottom of the board. Not exactly sure what the plan is. I cannot understand what's happening. But hey, she's the one with the controller, and certainly she knows what she's doing. There you go. That was the plan.
Hmm. Yeah, giant fat log there. She's not very happy about what's happening right now, but she gets a nice horizontal on the bottom of her board, is setting up for horizontal with the blues there. So this is all right. She just needs some favorable RNG here. Nice horizontal combo. She's out at about a 621. Meanwhile, DM Hero, nice job so far on level 9. This is going to be a slower pace than we saw in some of the other games, but he is about 20 viruses ahead here. It's the flip side of what happened in the last game.
Yeah, definitely. And DM here, unfortunately, having to take there some drop time, which he wasn't happy with. But it was a succession of pills that really didn't work between themselves. So he had to just do something. And perhaps that was the least disruptive thing.
Hmm. He did have the opportunity to take out some reds horizontally a little bit ago, but it wasn't really working out. And now It is just a red blue show. Honestly, that's all he needs. And meanwhile, it's basically the same for Betty. Any yellow that she needs is either going to go to that left hand side or she's going to have to tuck it. She does have some opportunities. Notice if she gets these blues horizontally, she's going to drop down for a nice combo. But I think oh,
Oh,
I think she blocked it with that red yellow there.
yeah, she probably just forgot for a moment what she was trying to do there, and yeah, it sometimes happens, but she builds up to it. It's going to block that blue virus there on column 6, but yeah, we'll have to see how she handles that.
I used to call that move when you sort of make conflicting plans an anti-John because you used to go in my stream and sort of yell at me for doing that,
Oh,
making too many fancy plans. So in my mind, I called it an anti-John.
okay, there you go. Well,
Yeah. So, but DM Hero just needs one more blue, and he'll be out at an 8-12. So that's not usually a time that we see as a winning time, but there's a lot of RNG mishaps and a lot of crazy stuff going on. So, GG's and thank you. Thank you for listening to me and bringing it to another decider.
oh yeah, definitely. We're going to have a game number 3, in spite of well, all of these mishaps. But as you say, we're playing with RNG. It's not going to go smoothly as in game number 1, and yeah, it's going to be a game number 3. I don't think we've ever had 3 deciders in a row. So there you go.
Yeah,
Wow.
this is pretty crazy. Yes, and Bidwell saying in the chat, the hot and cold swing, I am familiar. Yes, the RNG in this game, you can just say to yourself, wow, like I'm on a hot streak. I'm getting sub 7 left and right. And then you'll get one that's, 830 and you'll just be
Oh yeah, those
humbled.
stinkers.
It's terrible. One can only hope that happens to you tomorrow night.
Yeah, but okay, we have both of our players ready to try and well keep it going here in this tournament. You definitely don't want to be the one that loses here in the decider, but someone has to go, and we have DM Hero already out of the gate, and Betty is right behind.
Yes. Uh, DM Hero needs a lot of yellow on the top of this board, but had a really nice combo just now to clear some of it out. So he's going to have to be using that garbage strategically in order to clear out that yellow and not leave too much below.
Yeah, on the other side, Betty has uh, a bit slanted board that needs a lot of red to start opening up that right side. And yeah, she realizes that, starts prioritizing that to have some more board to play with.
Oh, but DM Hero just took out a lot of yellow with a really epic cross. It was really a nice play there. And notice he's tucking underneath to make a lightning bolt with the red and blue. So prioritizing beautifully here to get stuff cleared out efficiently.
Yeah, both of our players actually tied at this point in number of viruses, and I want to see how Betty deals with that double blue on the bottom rows. Yeah, she has to figure out a plan for this, as Dim here is already at his last virus, and that's going to take it out at 122.
Yeah, so a much nicer pace this time. But yeah, Betty, she does want to work on those blues horizontally. She gets them on the bottom, but now she is still stuck with a couple blues needing to fall there. Meanwhile, DM Hero also working on some blues. Nice cross setup, really sweet tea there. But he is leaving some garbage with the blue pill half in column 8.
Yeah, definitely. It's an interesting border by DM Hero. That double blue definitely saved his day there, as he manages to take out the garbage and clear up all that right side and start working on it.
Yeah, so he has about an 8 virus lead. I'd really love to see that those yellows in the center of the board or the lower center being taken out horizontally, but it's going to be pretty strategic play. Probably the red yellows and a double yellow would be great. Ah, he gets it. And he uses it for a different horizontal, but nonetheless a very good one.
On the other hand, Betty there, the sandwiching those reds in column 3 so that she can take them with just one peel. I mean, she's coming up with some setups there that are a bit, well, in my case, I would feel a bit uncomfortable going for them, but Betty definitely knows what she's doing.
Yeah, look at this. I mean, she's keeping it really close, and she is being a little more daring than John would like, but also it's just all really working out. She's not holding out for too long, and making the garbage fall really nicely. Look at this. This is going to be a great combo as well.
Oh, yeah, I mean, by all means, if you're going to keep it this nice and just make me as uncomfortable as necessary, it's you're the one on that side playing.
Yeah, DM Hero was just a little bit stuck. He had to clear some garbage off top of this blue because it looks like he's going to go for these reds horizontally, and it was just going to mess things up if he didn't do that way. He's out at a 331 of level 7, so he's starting the back half. Meanwhile, Betty just needs this one more blue, the double blue out.
Oh,
Oh, and oh, did not did not slide it right. But she's out at about a 338.
yeah, unfortunately, they're one of those situations where you want to perhaps be a bit swaggy and just take the whole setup that you had, and unfortunately, it doesn't manage to chuck the peel all the way. But fortunately, she has a couple of blues coming right behind, so didn't lose a lot of time.
Hmm. And DM Hero, a really nice start to level 8. He's only a couple viruses ahead. Notice his board is starting to get a little bit spiky, right? So in column 2, in column 6, which he just brought down. So things are a little bit tough, especially because they're all yellow. All these spikes are yellow on top, but things are going pretty well for him RNG wise.
Yeah, as you say, very very yellow heavy at this point, and he's just trying to figure out a way to start, bring down all of those viruses so high up. It's going to take some drop time, which he knows, and well, now he's just accepting. Perhaps could have taken out those yellows, those blues. I mean, with the garbage, but yeah, he prioritizes the setup for the horizontal, and yeah, now he manages to take all of that out.
But in the meantime, Betty's been playing this level spectacularly. Her left-hand side was really great for something like wiggling down, evening that top line out every time. It just looked really great. And so she just needs these reds and a couple of yellows. I think she's probably going to take that yellow out horizontally. DM Hero out at a 525, but Betty just needs a couple more yellows to make this work. Come on. Come on, doctor.
Okay, that's one, and finally the second one comes, and she's out at the 534. It's not that much of a difference, so really it's just whoever can make quick work of the level 9.
And DM Hero already off to about a 10 virus lead, 9 or 10. He had a really nice L play, but he needs a lot of blues right now. He's got lots of places to tuck them nicely, but now with this red yellow, it's kind of the end of the line. If too many of those show up, he's not going to have a lot of place to go for them.
Yeah, and it's mainly that left side that has four blues in consecutive columns that are necessary, and that means you're gonna have to take some garbage. But I think at this point it's just Demir trying to find some blue around all of this because even if it were to create some garbage, he would gladly take it.
Right. And speaking of blue, Betty's been working on a lot of blue at the top of her board. Oof. Yep. She is cursing. She's cursing right now, I believe. Because she did not put that pill in the right place, but now she's got it going, a nice horizontal in the center of the board. But yeah, so she's a little bit spiky up top. Some blue yellow is going to be just what she needs. And then there's a lot of garbage to contend with underneath. So let's hope it doesn't block her. DM Hero a lot cleaner at the moment.
Yeah, and I mean there's a fancy setup that I was trying to see if it could work out with those two blues in row two, but DM Hero just decides to work some of that out and just wait for three more blues at this point.
Yes, and it looks like he is going to be out at a 721 and he is taking this match. Yeah, I think in
Oh
the end,
wow!
oof, Betty got pretty tied up there. Notice all of that red, probably misplaced. I think she's being very reactionary towards the end of just, okay, I'm going to slam something down. I'm going to make sure it works right now. And wasn't doing future Betty as many favors as she was in earlier games. But wow, I, I think we saved the best for last.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that was quite the first game, and I mean, I'm sure that even in spite of that, it might be what you said, the adrenaline perhaps taking over there, and yeah, it was perhaps unexpected on Betty's side, but I'm pretty sure she's happy with what happened there in the match nonetheless.